Welcome to the Chit Chat WebEx recap for April 25th, 2024. These are the items that were discussed during today's meeting. The important dates, data champions, data management as it pertains to an available IT training, entry codes, Q3 report cards, document delivery, summer school, as well as our available resources. So the important dates are as followed. On April 11th and 12th, those dates should have been used as the E1 midterm dates. So, before report cards go out, you want to just double check to make sure that those were the dates that were used for those exam one midterms. On April 13th, Q4 began. So we are in the last quarter of the 2023-24 school year. The SIS team scored grades on April 23rd, yesterday, was Administrative Professionals Day, and today is Bring Your Son or Daughter to Work. So I hope everyone had a great time with their children and the other children of staff members that were in your buildings. And of course, we had our chit chat today, and tomorrow we expect Q3 report cards to go out along with the summer school letters. So these are the amazing individuals who are a part of the OPED team, the administrative professionals who are part of the OPED team. Most of them are on the enrollment team, with the exception of Joy, who's in the red and supports the entire OPED office. And we also appreciate you and the work that you do in the schools to make sure that our students' data is clean, that they're synced from Schoolman's, and that everything is on point for closing out the school year, for beginning the school year. So everything that you do, we truly, truly, truly appreciate it. All right, so the data management champions are the same as they were on the 11th. I did not run them for this chit chat. IT updates, there's a new cybersecurity training, phase 3, that's available. It does not directly impact PowerSchool, but it does indirectly impact the work that we do. So if our system is not secure, then we're not able to, access and use the platform as expected. So we want to make sure that we maintain the security of our data and the applications that we use. So please complete that training and encourage your staff to do so if they have not completed as yet. So the major thing that we went over is entry codes. E1 should be used for all new students, right? All new students who are coming into the district should have an entry code of E1. And I got clarification from Patrice that that includes also our early intervention students who were in early intervention before they started school, and now they are being enrolled. They should also have an E1, all right? So all new students should have an entry code of E1. R7 should never be used for new students. The only time we use R7 is for students who were enrolled in a US school. They then left the United States and went to another country, and then they returned to a US school from another country. And so that's the only time that we use R7. So the implication of this is that our students who have bilingual needs, that entry code is what's used to determine how the students obtain their accommodations, whether or not they get a year waiver from doing the language arts assessment, or whatever is necessary for the testing team to do what they need to do. They use those entry codes as an indicator to make those decisions. So when they're incorrect, their data and their process is going to be thrown off. So our bilingual team, that's useful to make sure that we're putting the students in their right programs. The testing team need that to make sure that students are getting the right accommodation and testing needs or services. And also there are state and federal implications. This information is transferred to the state so they can see, whether or not we are making the correct selections for students. Now, based on that, it's going to impact their state IDs if there's a conflict. So a child might be in your school because of the incorrect entry codes. You notice that their state ID will take a long time to be generated. So in those cases, you will need to go in and make those changes. So currently, the testing coordinator communicates with the district testing coordinator whenever a student is missing a state ID. And so we can mitigate that process, right? They don't have to take time away from what they have to do to fill out a form telling them that the student is missing a state ID, when the first step is for all clerks, once a student is synced from Schoolman, to go into the transfer info page and make sure that the entry code is updated, and to do that due diligence to know that all new students need to have an E1, and that R7 is only used for students who are returning to the United States. So during the meeting, I asked clerks to run these two search queries. The first one is entry code equals, and that's going to give you all entry codes that are blank at your school. And the other search query was entry code equals R7. So that will give you all students who currently are in your school with an entry code of R7. So you can use these two search results, find those students, and make those corrective actions. Okay, so report card timeline, the grades are restored, and the grades are expected to go out on Friday, April 26th. I mean, the report cards are expected to go out on April 26th. So the process remains the same. I will not spend too much time on the report card process because you should be familiar with it since Q1, Q2 is the same process. Right now, since we store grades between then and tomorrow, administrators of records should have been reviewing the grade books to see and verify that all grades have been stored for each student for the courses that they are enrolled in. Run the report card, update document delivery, and then schedule the document delivery to go out tomorrow. In PowerSchool are some reports that you can run to see the historical grade. And you get that from the start page, PSCB dev reports, and then grading. So on the screen, I have the first category, grading, PT Pro gradebook. You can check the out of sync grades, and that's for Q1, Q2, Q3. Check to see if there are any out of sync grades. So the reason why you want to check and see if they're out of sync grades is because any changes that happen in the grade book, right, that did not carry over into a historical edit will not appear on the student's report card. Also, if an historical grade change was done, but it wasn't updated in the grade book, then the student's final grade will not be calculated correctly at the end of the school year. So we want to make sure that all both systems are in sync. So the gradebook report will show you, what's in the gradebook as is. The grading stored grades report show you a snapshot of the grades that we stored when we store the grades, as well as any historical edits that have been made to the grade. So when we store the grades, we capture a picture of what the grades are on that day, right? And we store them and they're called historical grades. So the grading stored grades report will show you what we stored on April 23rd. So you want to check the duplicate grades and remove any duplicates. Check the honor roll, check for missing and blank grades. You can search for low grades, failing grades, great students who are getting all A's. So those reports are there for you to go through, and you will do that prior to sending out the report cards, right? You want to check and verify them before the report cards go out. So another step is to update document delivery, finding all students who do not have document delivery emails. As new students come in, we want to double check and make sure that all students have an email, and update the document delivery for those students. So there's a report that you can run from the start menu, SQL reports, data management, and then students without document delivery email. And then you find those students and update their document delivery, put an email in there. So again, I'm not going to go in details. I am going to skip to the summer school. So all schools should have received the documentation. Darren sent an email yesterday with a list of suggested steps that schools should be working on. And one of them is how to identify your summer school students. So I will try to open up this document and go over it. So mandatory summer school placements was done for students who had some academic needs, and those students are enrolled in the Summer Achieve. Students who are a part of the bilingual program, they will be in the English Plus summer program. All right, so there are two programs, two main programs that students will be a part of. And then students will be notified based on their language. So there are 5 languages that the district supports. That's English, French, Haitian Creole, Portuguese, and Spanish. So you will be sending out letters in all the languages based on the student population at your school. So you're going to search for those students, and then you're going to print the appropriate letter based on the search result. All right, so let's see. And then you're going to schedule those letters, those after you create a report, just as you create the PowerSchool reports for a report card, you're going to schedule those for document delivery. So I, after communicating with a clerk after the meeting, I was like, oh, I didn't tell you any instructions about how to do that part. So I recommend, right, once, so the document delivery only holds one message at a time. So I recommend you send out all of your report cards and then customize the message that's in document delivery to say something about the summer school letter, right? So right now you might just say report card, Q3 report card. You can update the document delivery message so that when the parents receive the summer school letter, they have a warning as to what this other document they're receiving, because they might think it's just another report card that they're getting and probably don't open it. All right. So let's see. I'm going to open up. So this is the documentation that was sent out. And as you see, you search for students who are in the Summer Achieve, and you would copy everything that's bold, right? Where it says search for students, copy it, go into PowerSchool and paste it in. So once you press enter, you will get the list of students. You would come here to the print menu and print the report, and you are going to find the Summer 2024 Summer Achieve English, right? So that's the report that you would print. So just go through each of these. So this is the English section. You're going to do all 3 of the search results. So this, let's see. So this one is finding all students whose home language says English. This one is finding all students whose home language is blank. And this one is finding all students whose home language is not English, Spanish, Portuguese. All right. So they're going to be default English. So that's why we have 3 different types of search. So you're going to search for all these and print the English version for Summer Achieve. And you're going to do the same thing for English Plus. So just copy these areas, these queries, paste it in the PowerSchool, print the reports, and then schedule the document delivery. All right, so that's that. So as you send out your report cards, remember historical grade change forms are available for you to utilize. Teachers have the ability to transfer scores across term when they're new students who transfer in from another Board of Education school. There is a feature in PowerSchool where teachers can transfer their scores from their previous classes. It makes it easier for them to have, the grade they received and the grade books, a better way to calculate your final grades at the end of the school year. And the Q3 timelines, those were shared in principal points. They're on our support website and they were emailed to everyone. So it gives you all the instructions of how to, print the reports, all the various reports to run to check and verify that everything is okay. And the summer school letters. So that's it for the recap. Continue to use the Remedy 4 system. Submit your ticket. Not a lot of people are using it. We still have people who are using the old form, and we're making the previous form available because there are some individuals who don't have access to Remedy Force, right? So Remedy Force is only accessible to clerks and technology leads. So any other staff member, like a district staff member who needs to access it, that's why we have it available. So please use Remedy Force to submit any PowerSchool, PowerTeacher related issues. Continue to use our support website. Access the unified data reports to fix your data management errors. And as we said, Q4 started on April 13th, which means we're in the last quarter of the year, which means we're going to start focusing on closing out the year, the end of year process. Thank you.